All right, so listen to this. You ever heard of like the Hopkinsville goblins?
Hopkinsville goblins.
It's one of those stories that
Oh, yeah.
makes you kind of go like, wait, is truth really stranger than fiction?
Right.
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Because tonight, we're taking a deep dive into the Kelly-Hopkinsville Encounter.
That's right. And we're going beyond just the spooky campfire tale version of this.
Yeah.
We're looking at excerpts from an in-depth piece titled Unraveling the Mystery of the Kelly-Hopkinsville Encounter. Fact or fiction?
Okay, so we're talking rural Kentucky, 1955.
1955.
Picture this group of friends, family, just hanging out at the Sutton farmhouse, enjoying a summer evening.
Summertime.
And then things get really weird.
It's weird.
Like, really weird.
Yeah.
Multiple witnesses report seeing strange lights in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And not just folks at the farmhouse either.
Yeah, that's right. We're not talking about just a single isolated account, Yeah. The fact that these lights were observed by various individuals in different locations really adds a significant layer of intrigue to this whole thing.
So you've got these mysterious lights.
Right.
And then, as if that wasn't strange enough,
Right.
these creatures show up.
Creatures show up. This is where things take a real bizarre turn.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
So describe these creatures for me.
Yeah. So imagine, if you will, creatures about 3 feet tall with large heads, long arms, and glowing eyes.
Glowing eyes.
Glowing eyes.
At night.
In the dark.
Oh, that's scary.
Almost metallic in appearance.
Really?
And get this, they seem to float or glide.
Okay, hold on. Glowing eyes in the dark. That's the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, it is.
And the witnesses weren't just curious onlookers, right?
Absolutely not. They were terrified.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We're talking about people grabbing their rifles and firing shots at these things.
And this is where the impervious to harm detail comes in.
Yes.
Several witnesses claim that these creatures just, shrugged off the gunfire.
Shrugged it off.
Like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing.
Like something straight out of, a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
That's wild.
This is a crucial point. The fact that multiple witnesses corroborate this detail,
Yeah.
really adds fuel to the fire of the mystery.
Totally.
I mean, try to imagine yourself in that situation, firing your gun at something.
Sure.
And it just keeps coming completely unaffected.
Yeah.
It's chilling.
That's terrifying.
It's a chilling thought.
Yeah, it is.
For sure. Makes you wonder, what they were thinking being stuck in that farmhouse, with those things.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned evidence earlier.
Okay.
Was there anything concrete, found at the scene?
Well, according to the source material, there were some strange marks on the ground outside the farmhouse.
Okay.
Plus some damage to the doors and windows.
Oh, wow.
But that's where things get kind of tricky.
Yeah, because it's hard to say for sure, what caused it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, could it have been something other than, otherworldly beings?
Right. Maybe like animals or weather, or even the witnesses themselves just, in a panic.
Exactly. And that's where the investigators come in.
Okay.
This wasn't just some local sheriff taking a look around.
Right.
We're talking about the Army getting involved.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
The fact that the military felt the need to investigate says a lot about how seriously they were taking these claims.
So what did they find? Did the official investigation come to any conclusions?
Well, they interviewed all the witnesses, carefully examined the farmhouse and surrounding area, and drum roll, please.
Oh, boy.
No conclusive explanation was ever reached.
Seriously. All those eyewitness accounts, the physical evidence, and even a full-blown military investigation, and we're still left with a giant question mark.
It's like the ultimate unsolved mystery. And that's what makes the Kelly-Hopkinsville Encounter so fascinating. It challenges our understanding of the world and just leaves us with more questions than answers.
I know, right? So where do we go from here?
Well,
I mean, some folks say it was a hoax.
Maybe the witnesses were just trying to get attention.
It's possible. But you got to remember, we're talking about a group of people, including children,
Yeah.
who were genuinely terrified.
Huh.
They fled their home in the middle of the night and reported the incident to the police.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a group of folks looking for their 15 minutes of fame.
Okay, that's fair.
Right.
So what about the idea that they just saw some animals and mistook them for something more sinister, like owls?
Owls, that's a popular theory, know?
Yeah.
Owls can be creepy, especially in the dark.
Right.
But come on, do owls really match up with what they describe?
Yeah, like...
Glowing eyes, metallic skin floating motion?
Yeah.
Not really.
And those owls were supposed to be bulletproof.
Right.
I don't think even the toughest owl could withstand a barrage of gunfire like that.
It just doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up at all.
And don't forget about the psychological factor, too.
Oh, yeah?
These witnesses were, deeply affected by what they experienced.
Yeah.
Their fear was palpable. Their accounts were detailed.
Yeah.
They stuck to their stories even under scrutiny.
Right.
It's hard to just dismiss all that as, simple misidentification or a figment in their imagination.
So if we rule out a hoax, misidentified animals, or even hallucinations, what are we left with?
Aliens.
Aliens?
I mean, is that it?
That's the million-dollar question, right? It's a question that has fueled countless debates and discussions over the years.
For sure.
Is the Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter evidence of extraterrestrial visitation?
Right.
Or is there something else, something we haven't even thought of?
Maybe the answer's out there.
Yeah.
Just waiting to be discovered.
Maybe it's something so strange and so unexpected that it just completely changes how we see the universe.
Right.
I like that.
I mean, or maybe.
Or maybe.
And this is a possibility we have to consider.
Right.
The mystery will remain unsolved.
The Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter could just be one of those enduring enigmas that continues to fascinate and perplex us for generations to come.
Totally. And, that lack of a clear-cut answer hasn't stopped this story from becoming a cultural phenomenon.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, this isn't just some local legend.
Right.
The Kelly-Hopkinsville case has had ripple effects. It's become a major part of UFO lore.
It has.
Absolutely. This case has inspired countless books, documentaries, and even scenes in major motion pictures.
Really?
Speaking of which, remember that scene in Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
Oh, yeah.
Where the terrified family is huddled in the farmhouse?
Yeah.
As strange lights and sounds swirl around them?
Yeah, total chills every time I see that scene.
Well, guess what? Spielberg himself has said that scene was directly inspired by the Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a testament to the enduring power of this story and how it's just seeped into our collective imagination.
I mean, it's amazing how a story from this tiny town in Kentucky could have such a global impact.
Yeah.
And speaking of Kelly, Kentucky, I mean, can you imagine living in a place where this event is so ingrained in the town's identity?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's become part of their history and their culture.
Yeah.
They even have an annual Kelly Little Green Men Days festival to commemorate the event.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, people travel from all over to celebrate or, maybe even catch a glimpse of those mysterious creatures.
You never know.
Yeah.
So you, our listener, have heard all the details.
All the details.
The eyewitness accounts, the strange evidence, the official investigations that went nowhere, the wild theories.
Right.
What do you make of it all?
That's a tough one.
It really is.
Whether you believe in extraterrestrials or lean toward, a more down-to-earth explanation, the Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter, I think, really forces us to, confront the boundaries of what we know.
Totally.
And accept as possible.
Yeah, it's one of those things that makes you go,
Yeah.
what else is out there?
Exactly.
And are we really alone?
It's a reminder that there are still mysteries in this world that just defy easy answers.
Okay.
Events that challenge our whole perception of reality.
It's like a puzzle with a missing piece.
Yeah.
We can examine all the edges, try to fit all these different pieces together.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be that gap,
Yeah.
that element of the unknown that just keeps us guessing.
And maybe that's okay. Maybe
Yeah.
the real value of stories like this is in the questions that they raise, the discussions they spark, and the way they encourage us to keep an open mind about the universe and our place in it.
It's not always about finding those concrete answers.
Right.
Sometimes it's just about embracing the mystery,
Yeah.
the wonder, the possibility that there's more out there than we can even comprehend right now.
Totally. So next time you're looking up at the night sky,
Oh, yeah.
remember the Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter?
Yeah.
And ask yourself, what if?
What if?
What if there are things out there we haven't even begun to imagine?
And who knows? You might even catch a glimpse of a glowing-eyed goblin yourself.
You never know.
Hopefully you've got a better shot than the folks back in 1955.
Yeah, hopefully.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll catch you on the next one.